What a pass, Liz Bollard.
It's back to Kelsey Griffin, and the keyway opened up.
Kicks it out. Reese for three. Got it. Just burrows her way inside. Flips it off the glass.
Round 9 rolls into Geelong as the Venom host the Bendigo Spirit at the Strike House. Welcome to Geelong Arena as the players arrive courtside, checking in thanks to Minor Hotels. Bendigo have won 6 straight, whilst the Venom have dropped 4 on the bounce, but their season has been far more competitive than their record suggests. Unlucky at times, falling twice in OT and twice by just 1 point in regulation. Can they release the pressure valve with a victory here tonight to upset the Spirit for Saturday night hoops in the WNBL? Liam Ellison here in commentary, and alongside me tonight, it's a pleasure to introduce Naismith Basketball Hall of Famer, 5-time WNBL champion Michelle Timms, and NBL champion 3x3 Kangaroos Olympic coach Damon Lowry. Welcome to you both.
Thanks, great to be here. Coming off the bench, not used to that, but happy to be here.
I'm in the Shenanigans Hall of Fame.
That counts.
Well, Jazz Shelley is coming in tonight with a big task on her hands as co-captain for the Geelong Venom, coming up against Izzy Borlase, but she was on one last weekend against the Capitals. Here she was earlier.
Well, Jazz, the disappointment of a thrashing and a buzzer beater last round. How do you bounce back purely in terms of morale tonight?
Yeah, I think we've had some tough losses and they hurt, and I think we've had consistent themes as to why we're losing, so we just really need to hone in on them tonight and stay positive.
Now, Mackenzie Holmes and yourself have carried the scoring against Bendigo in 2 outings this season. How do you get more people to come along for the ride tonight?
Yeah, I think we're going to mix it up a little bit tonight. We need to be more aggressive on the defensive end to try and get our offensive game flowing. I think we've had a really good week at practice, a bit of more of a normal week for us, so I think people are going to start to get going. We've all got extra shots up this week, so hopefully transitions into tonight.
And you stepped up into the captaincy role in terms of title last season when Keely Froling was injured. Co-captain this year, how have you continued to develop as a leader?
Yeah, I think I'm using my voice a little bit more. I've always been kind of a leader by example, but just trying to be more engaged and build those relationships.
And your second season home in Australia, family here tonight. It must just continue to be so special to have your loved ones here.
Yeah, I mean, it's been 5 years since my family had been to my home game, so it's really cool to have my grandparents drive 3 hours and my family be here almost every home game. Pretty special.
You'll make it worth it for them tonight. Yeah. Good luck. Thank you.
23 points, 4 steals and 3 blocks versus the Capitals in round 8 for Jazz Shelley. And interesting, Timsy, to hear her there describing they're looking to chop it up with a small ball lineup tonight, Geelong.
Yeah, well, I guess they're going to try and, you know, as she said, they've got to get the ball and they've got to come up with the ball and get running and try and get some cheap baskets. So, you know, getting Brett into the starting lineup, I think maybe that's what they're trying to do, add some defensive intensity. And, you know, they zip around. Her and Ratuno, when you watch them in the quarter court, they flash cut, they cut hard. So maybe it's that energy level because they sure as heck didn't get it done last game.
They've got some weapons in the backcourt along with Charlotte Hill and Ratuno, as you mentioned. They are coming up against Izzy Borlase tonight, who is second in league scoring. Here she was with Megs.
Well, Izzy, Bendigo have done a regional Victorian tour over the last few weeks. Terrelgan, Bendigo, Ballarat, now Geelong. What can you build on with your form to get the win tonight?
Yeah, I think just continuing on what we've been doing well, and I think that's just moving the ball, and I think defense has kind of been our standpoint of keeping us in games, and I think we have been challenged in lots of those games and we've been able to get ourselves out of those holes and come up with the win. So I think just continuing with that, and hopefully we can get the win.
Speaking of wins, you've had 8. Bendigo have had 8 this season. You had 7 as a whole last season. How is it winning? Winning is fun, but what have you taken most out of winning?
Yeah, winning is fun, and I think I've enjoyed the season so far, and I think what I've realised is winning is hard as well. Like, it just doesn't come easy. It takes hard work at training, but it takes a whole collective, and I think that's what our Bendigo side has done, and yeah, it's been great so far.
We look forward to seeing perhaps another win for you and the Spirit tonight. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
And they are coming in with a 6-game win streak, the Bendigo Spirit. And last time out, Sunday at Southside Melbourne, Damon, Izzy Borlase, 14 points, 3 assists, all in that fourth quarter to bring them home. She has just got a way to get it done down the stretch.
Big time. Isabella Borlase is big time, and Geelong Venom don't really have anyone that can guard her. They're going to have to do it by committee. And hopefully she comes out with the right attitude with her teammates, because both teams are going in two different directions. This is a potential trap game for the Bendigo Spirit, so we'll see what kind of attitude they come out with early.
Courtside tonight, let's welcome in the best newsbreaker in the WNBL, Megan Huswaite. Welcome.
Good evening, team. Geelong have lost 6 games by 8 points or less, including 2 in overtime. And their coach, the most experienced in the league, in game 407 tonight, Chris Lucas, is getting funky, as he said pre-game. He's changing it up. His messages will be few and simple, and he's putting the onus on the team for a collaborative approach tonight as they set their intention and goals for what they want to achieve in this game, as they strive for what would be not only a breakthrough win, but a major scalp.
Thanks, Megan. You can see that reflected in this starting 5 on screen for the Venom. Shelley, Heel, Ratuno and Brett. Talk about going small, Timsy.
Yeah, and that was a big question for me coming into this game, where they're going to go small, where they're going to go big, which they did against Canberra. And, you know, in their last game last Sunday, they played great. They just, you know, coughed the game up in the last minute 16, Damon. And I'm surprised that they are going this way, but I guess they're trying to stop ball A's.
If it ain't broke, and it is broke at the moment, you got to try something different. So you're 3-8, like what do you really got to lose? So I'm with Chris. Let's get funky. Let's see what happens.
Haven't been out of too many games this season, the Geelong Venom, but too often they've been on the wrong side of the close losses. Let's see if they can turn it around tonight at home. Geelong and Bendigo as round 9 continues. And it's a restart from the sideline to kick us off. Damon, interested to see who guards Izzy Ball-Ace coming into this one. Do you think they'll do it by committee?
They have to. They don't have an individual matchup. We've seen Isabel Borlez go nuts in both games she's played against the Geelong Venom, so they're going to have to do it by committee.
They do have a 2-0 season series lead, the Spirit, over the Venom. 35-point victory last Friday. It was a closer affair back in round 2. 62-55 in that one. Mackenzie Holmes had 30 and 12. Werong starts things off the right way.
You know, we don't talk about her enough, Werong. She doesn't score a lot usually, but she's been playing super for them.
Great shooter, always has been. That game, that first start, hitting her first shot to give her a lot of confidence.
Oh, that was funky.
Funky the other way. As McConnell diving on it with a hustle.
Yeah, Shotty just threw it at her ankle for some reason.
Ankle biter.
They get a chance to reset. Single numbers for the Venom. Neil and McConnell going to work.
Well, I don't think Charlotte Hill shoots too many air balls, so I don't know how that's not Geelong's ball.
Yeah, she said that Megan McConnell got a hand on it, but the refs didn't see it that way.
Here is McConnell running point. With Pollard. Leg fine. Werong opposite corner this time. Same result.
Spot on, Liam. Great find. Left-hand pass. And Amy Werong is 100%, 2 for 2.
Just 60 seconds into the ball game. Ratuno starting out there alongside Heel and Shelley tonight. Looking to attack Werong off the dribble. Great move. Shelley strong off the glass. Ball-Ace. Composed, strength, ripped clean though this time from Heel. And draws contact from Ball-Ace.
And that was great defense. That's point guard defense right there, getting the hands in. Have a look at this. Clean as.
Took her with 2 hands and then drew the foul on Izzy. That's one thing that would help get her in foul trouble.
Well, I like that she's matching up on Ratuno, because Ratuno will go at her. And so I think that's, you know, they need to put pressure on her down her defense again.
Here's Holmes. Let's look offensively. He's here with a handoff and good for Geelong's first points.
Yeah, Geelong want to play with a fast tempo. Everybody's picking up full court, speed the game up a little bit, force some turnovers like they just did. This is the formula with this small ball, mosquito fleet lineup out there on the floor.
Well, this is how they started against Canberra last Sunday as well. Totally different, you know, high energy, putting pressure on in the lanes.
Just what they were hoping for, the Venom. Let's see if they can keep it up. Holmes' elbow catch. Ripstrom drives on KG23. Second turnover against the Spirit, and this time Geelong come up with it.
Great job by Mackenzie Holmes staying with the play. Timsy, how many shots would you like to see Mackenzie Holmes get this game?
18. What about you?
I was thinking about 22, as long as she's aggressive.
What happens when you're averaging 24 per contest? It's McConnell straight down the boulevard. Hooked out baseline, here's Shelley. Holmes did well to recover. And the match up with Griffin. All the way, jumper is online.
She's just pretty to watch. She's just textbook footwork. I mean, you know that's coming. It's a bit like Susie Batkovich. You knew that move was coming.
2-point ball game early days. Great to have your company. Liam Ellison, Michelle Timms and Damon Lowry with you in commentary as ball ace connects.
It's only a matter of time. Lily Rotano is just going to try to make life hell on the perimeter, but I'm anticipating that Isabel Borlase eventually is going to get down to the body shop, take her down low.
Returno around the pick. Stop at the short roll. It sees Brett off on the midi. We're initiating offense. Griffin will fire from the baseline. Nylon 6-point buffer for Bendigo.
I feel like Geelong Arena is just a shooter's gym. Something about the closed confines. The shot that tees up a step back, nothing but cash. That is vintage heel right there.
Shooter's gym for Shyla. What a massive offensive tally here in this building earlier in the season against Adelaide. Griffin fighting hard baseline. Heel can step into another three, confident stroke. Back-to-back from distance.
2 trade balls in a row, great ball screen work. That's when Shyla's lethal.
Kelsey Reed set to check in. McConnell, kick out. Great look for ball ace.
Well, the corners have been friendly for Bendigo tonight.
The timeout here. Let's get down to Megan Huswaite.
Well, that timeout didn't come quick enough for Geelong. Chris Lucas just sitting in front of me with Alex Sharp, talking her through the role that he's going to get her to play as she comes into the game for the first time, and it's on Isabel Borlase. And of course, she just made that massive shot as he was taking her through the instructions. I'll head to the timeout and come back with more.
Thanks, Megs. 5:19 remaining in the first. Borlase getting involved from distance on the Amy replay. Connell finding her. But they are perfect from the field so far. 7 of 7, the Spirit.
It's incredible. Shot making, Timsy.
Sweet. Reminds me of the old days. Watching you, Dan.
Forced them into 3 turnovers, Geelong, so they've been able to jump it up defensively somewhat.
I know, I'm surprised by the scoreline, to be honest. It feels a little closer, but when you nail 3 3-pointers, defensively Geelong started great, like you said.
We're halfway through WNBL26 already, so don't miss your chance to catch a game live this summer. It's the perfect family day out, packed with energy at Moss. There's nothing like being there in the arena in person. Scan the QR code on screen now for tickets and the full season fixture for your squad. Sharp off the bench today. Coming in for her first minutes. An interesting decision as the Geelong co-captain.
Interesting is one way to put it, Liam. She's the natural matchup for Isabel Borlase as Liv Pollard got caught helping off, dodged the bullet. She's got the athleticism, the size and strength to make Isabel Borlase work a little harder on the offensive end. But Chris Lucas was obviously experimenting with the small ball lineup to see if he could generate some turnovers.
We're on again.
No way.
From 3 in the first. Abby Werong has come out hot. Shelley turns the corner, flip back over. Sharp patience. Learn them at the strike.
I mean, we're talking about Werong, who this season's only averaging 5 points a game.
Yeah, she's just a quiet, unassuming sniper. But when she gets hot, this is her reputation.
Yeah.
And you got to know where she is. Averaging 5 points and somehow shooting 35% from three. But today, that is clearly climbing.
Sharp on the board.
Timsy, have you ever seen 5.5 minutes play and it's 100% shooting?
No.
Like they have not missed a shot.
3 of 3 from 3, 7 of 7 from the field. There's Reese. Long way from the iron. Closed off from Holmes. Great defense. Brett will up backwards. Now the entry pass. 2 feet on the keyway. Good D from the two young bigs. Ball Ace just spotted the lane and exploded to the spot.
Now that's what Geelong cannot allow to happen. Just an easy transition bucket, defensive transition. It has to be paramount.
Backed out with Shelley. Holmes providing the pick. Ball Ace stays with the play. 5 seconds. Whistle came first.
Well, the seas parted for her. How unfortunate for that whistle.
I thought Jazz took that ball screen a little too deep. She had Kelsey Reeves was sagging off. She had Mackenzie Holmes open at the mid-post area. And you got to give Mackenzie Holmes lots of shots. Kelsey Reeves is playing some good basketball, but she's still relatively inexperienced.
So that's 2 for Ball A. She'll take a seat for Micah Simpson. Early win for the Venom. Trailing by 8 here. Gill stepping back for a deep 3 ball.
She is dancing. Her footwork's sweet tonight.
4 of 5 from the field for Shiloh. Reese can check into the office with Sharp. Down low, good deep.
Oh, a bad foul by Kelsey. And hopefully we can get that replay. Watching Shiloh Hill. Yeah, just clotheslined her.
No doubt about that one. 4th team foul against the Spirit. Let's get down to Megan Huswaite on the floor.
Well, Ash Arlen has subbed into the game for Geelong. She's an import as an injury replacement player for Alyssa Pilley. She's played in Sweden and England in the NBL1 competition, and she's doing it while her young daughter, Amaya, 7-year-old, is in Queensland with family. So she's achieving a WNBL goal, but doing it while she's having time away from her daughter for the first time.
It's a sacrifice, but so exciting for Ashley Arlen to get her chance at WNBL level. Spent time with Darwin and the Brisbane Capitals in the NBL1 North. Here's Reese inside.
That was tough. It was physical down there, and she had the mosquito fleet coming down on her like a freight train. So she did really well to keep that ball up.
Gets the cushion back out to 7. Shelley attacking Booth. High octane early here at the Strikeouts. Booth, early 3 ball.
Somebody had to miss at some point.
Took until 8 minutes into the contest. Tapped out from Sharp, no further though. And Abby Werong, 2-on-2 down the floor.
Back to her pull.
Would have been a green light. You would think 3 of 3 for Werong.
Abby Werong got to understand, Timsy, the rules of the heat check. You're 3 for 3.
Shelley, knocked out with Arlen. Brett around the pick, 5 seconds. Here's the look for Arlen. Want to get the rock. Good matchup between these two so far this season. Victorian regional rivals. Geelong hoping for a scalp. 5 on the shot clock, another turnover.
Unforced error, sloppy turnover by Kelsey Rees.
She was trying to get it to the triangle pass for the mismatch.
Sharp hesitated with a handoff, then will take it herself to the iron. And then 2 wait at the spot for 2.
Yeah, just hit Liv Pollard with a little okey-doke, little hesitation. Froze her. Gets herself to the strike.
Returno checks back in. 5 turnovers to zip so far in this one. Geelong executing that game plan.
What's the mindset, Timsy? How desperate are you? You're a Geelong Venom player. You're just taking a lot of L's. You're at home against a second-place team. What kind of attitude are you waking up with in the morning?
I'm ready to kick some butt. I'm getting to the gym 3 hours early. I'm ready to go. Today is the day that changed.
Simpson. Now with Griffin. Arlen with the assignment. And Griffin now to the free-throw line.
She's so clever. She's such a great player. You know, I've held back from talking about her for the first quarter. She is incredible, Griffin. You know, and the thing that I love is not just the little things she does on the court, but it's the leadership she gives this team. Like in their last game against Southside, they were in a hole. She took the time out, and that they turned that hole around and started playing some serious ball. It's all the little things she does.
With an extra coach out there on the floor, Kelsey Griffin.
Oh, yeah. She's coaching waiting.
Absolutely. The shot clock just a factor. Brett had the defender off the floor. Teardrop strong. Now they can hold it for the final 10. Returno poked away. Simpson diving on it. How will the referee assess this? Could be bonus free throws.
That's a good job by Simpson. She got beat clearly, but she tried to scoop from behind. Looks like she got it clean.
Oh, that was...
What?
I was worried about the knee. I was worried about Lily Returno's knee, and that when they hit the floor, luckily she's all right.
Able to shake it off. Simpson all eyes for the ball, but that was a tough collision.
Yeah. I like Simpson. She's a gym rat. You know, I look at her and you watch her play, and she's just a baller. You know, she loves. It's clear she loves the game.
2 of 5 from the free throw line, Geelong here.
Love this girl too.
Oh, big fan. Her future's bright. Didn't reward herself on that occasion.
Still time for Bendigo. I'll take a 6-point buffer into quarter time. Spirit 23 lead the Venom 17 here at the Strikehouse in Geelong Arena. Saturday night hoops in the WNBL. Welcome back to Geelong Arena here at the Strikehouse. The Spirit with the lead at quarter time. Geelong have been throwing everything at them defensively, opting with a small ball lineup, forcing Bendigo into 5 turnovers in the first quarter. But 77% shooting rather for the Spirit in the first quarter. That is going to be pretty handy, Michelle Tibbs.
Well, it's just insane, you know, 80% from the three-point line. And yet it's only 26-17. The margin's not too great.
Sharp out here to start the seconds. McConnell. Backed out with Werra, who had 3 triples in that first quarter. Just off. That time was McConnell.
Now, Damon, this was the danger period last time these two teams met last Friday. The second quarter, Bendigo just ran it up on them.
Shelley short. And Shyla Hill comes up with it again.
That's why Geelong got to keep the scoreboard ticking over, because it's only so long you can play good D like the teams. Bendigo shooting such a good percentage. Spin move, fake spin move, back step through. No good from Mackenzie Holmes. But
I don't know, she had that shot at the bottom of the jump ball, the circle there at the top of the key. She had the first shot. She's been a bit short twice in a row now, going to that left side. I love her footwork, though.
Oh, yeah. Very cagey down there in the mid-post area.
League leading scorer Mackenzie Holmes has got a bag in the post, that's for sure.
And they've done a good job taking care of the ball. 0 turnovers in a quarter of basketball, and they're playing a pretty fast tempo type game, so that's good to see. They got Isabel Borlase on 2 fouls, so she's on the bench to start the second quarter. And you can see how aggressive they're being, teams. They trapping ball screens, they flying around, rotating. They just got to get the offense ticking over.
Let's get down to Megan Huswaite, who was in the huddles at quarter time. Megan.
Well, the Ice Packs were getting a workout in the Bendigo quarter-time huddle. Kelsey Griffin with the ice vest and Georgia Booth with an ice pack to the back of her neck. It hasn't stopped her from hitting the court in this second term. And I want to talk quickly about the woman with the ball now, Shyla Hill. She has the crowd again in raptures here in Geelong. Of course, her dad played in Geelong over 3 decades ago. These family connections are so special in basketball, as you all know. Just 24 hours after Sarah Blitzarves got to game 300, after her mum won the championship and MVP in the very first year of this league. The connections are so special.
On cue, that was a crisp floater to bring her into double figures.
Yeah, she's looking really dangerous tonight. I reckon she got to the gym 3 hours early, Damon.
Yeah. And good navigating of that ball screen, shot at making things happen. She's being very aggressive. When she came back from injury, you could just see that she wasn't 100% confident in her knee. And she's a little bit slow off the mark. And I just knew over time, the more her health gets better, we're going to see more of this type of Shyla Hill. Explosive, one-on-one game has always been nice.
It's only a 5th game, right? Like, she's hardly played, but absolutely.
And it was something she flagged as well, as you mentioned, Damon, that she knew it was going to take a little while. She is starting to hum now. Long rebound for Shelley. Really lost it, stayed with the play. Foul call against Georgia Booth.
Two early team fouls for the Spirit. As Olivia Pollard checks back in and Izzy Borlase comes in. And like I said, this is one of those kind of a trap games. On paper, it's supposed to be a blowout, but the game ain't played on paper, as we know. And Geelong are up to the eyeballs in this game.
I feel like they would not be too displeased at all where they sit. I mean, Bendigo is shooting above 70% from the field, but they forced them into turnovers, and it's still a 2-possession ball game. Sharp off that time. Venom can slow it up and draw something up in the half court. McConnell. Strong side opened up for Pollard. Jump hook is short, but the foul call came first.
Oh, why are you fouling that? That's tough. She had up. Just unnecessary.
Yeah.
A tough shot becomes 2 points potentially.
Yeah, Mackenzie Hoycard coming off a scoreless game last game. What do you got there for us, Liam?
And don't miss your chance to get on board and grab one of the club jerseys at the WNBLstore.com.au. Get your favourite player's jersey to get down to a game this summer. Could be a good Christmas present as well, just a couple of weeks away.
Could be. What jersey would you pick?
I would pick Townsville Fire, and I want Soa. I want the Soa jersey. Which one about you, Tiffany?
I don't know. I'm not answering that. There's too many.
3 gone in the seconds. Shiley is feeling it at the moment.
Oh.
Young inadvertently lost the handle.
Got the fumbles.
7th turnover against Bendigo. Geelong still yet to register one.
It's just the scoreboard pressure, Timsy. If Geelong can just score enough points to keep this thing tight, because they're doing a relatively good job on the defensive end, they just can't reward themselves down here.
Yeah.
Shelley with 5 seconds inside. Holmes found herself in space.
Now, that was a nice set. Great pass.
10.5 for Holmes. Brown fighting inside. Found ball ace with a room service. She'll have 2 at the line. Let's get down to Megan.
Just adding to what Damon was saying about Geelong having more scorers as they try and boost up their tally here. Chris Lucas just speaking to Alex Sharp as she subbed out and implored her to keep shooting the ball. She's had 7 points and 5 points in the previous meetings against Bendigo. She's got 2 so far in this half, and she's a player that they're going to need some points from if they can get the win here tonight.
It's a really good point, because in the games they've won, they've had 3, 4 and 5 players in double figures, and most of the games they've lost, barring the game against Caps, they've only ever had 1 or 2 players in double figures. So scoring by, what's the
committee.
Word? Committee is what we're after.
But I like a committee president, Timsy.
You are?
I like a committee scoring president. Somebody just takes over.
Yeah. Well, Geelong don't really have that, though. Well, Holmes, sorry.
Here's ball ace. Whipped out to McConnell. McConnell's been fruitful so far. Pollard stripped clean. Chaos for a few moments. We'll go to the arrow to sort it out.
And I think Geelong is doing a good job, Timsy. They're making Isabel Borlase a distributor. So that's advantage Geelong, in my opinion, but I would like to see them totally isolate Isabel Borlase and feature her as a primary scorer.
Yeah.
Charlotte here with 11. Brett rejects the screen. Whipped out to Shelley. One-legged floater off, but Holmes on the O-glass won't go. Ball ace. Wants Pollard to attack the rack and does just that. Plus interest. 1 to come at the line for Bendigo.
There's two buckets in a row as we look at the Amy replay right here. Liv Pollard just drew 2 fouls on Mackenzie Hoycard. She's just got to do a better job of just staying in front, Timsy. It's not like she beat her with any particular move. It's just a straight line drive.
Yeah, the ability to win your one-on-one battle, watching games this year is really, disappointed me in many ways with some of the teams. You know, how many players can actually keep their man in front of them?
Now, I know that's something that you prided yourself on, but yeah, you're right. You got to be able to guard your yard, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, when you're making layups like that, it's hard to get out and run, you know. Ball's got to come in out of the net.
Biggest lead of the game was 11 for Bendigo. Here's Hill. Great defense, does not matter. Shyla Hill somehow flips it up and in.
Now that was good defense. That was just a great shot. She kept her man in front of her.
Touch pass Pollard, back inside with ball ace. Around Brett. Let one slide there, did the Spirit. What a first half for Shyla Hill. Holmes arrives. And ball ace, cutting off passing lanes. Latuno ahead, gliding forward. What a dive. On a platter for Liv Pollard.
Wow. Just fantastic.
Just when they got the lead down around 3 or 4, it blows back out to 10.
37-27 and a timeout halfway through the seconds. That was something pretty from Izzy Borlase.
Yeah, they punish you after a turnover. Charlotte Hill made that skip pass previously, but that time it wasn't on. And turnovers like that, it's hard to get back in defensive transition and stop that.
Well, I didn't pick she was going to pass it. I'm talking Borlase on the assist. I thought she was spinning to score. That was sweet.
Slows the game down at times. Borlase drawing the defenders there. She's got 9 to her name. Perfect from the field. 4 of 4, 2 assists. Right in league MVP contention, that's for sure. Chris Lucas using both of his timeouts here so far in the first half.
Timsy, I've been singing Isabel Borlase's praises all season. She's now a bronze medal opal Olympian. How do you see her game? Like, give me your, from your point guard point of view. From your point guard point of view, Timsy, break down Isabel Borlase's game for me. She's not a PG. What is she as a player?
She's whatever she wants to be. You know, she can run the point. She's not a pure point, but she, you know, she scores inside, outside, mid-range, can facilitate. She's, you know, I think she's ready to go to the WNBA next year. That's what I think.
Yeah.
She's got the full package. McConnell draws contact.
I mean, we could be looking at a 4-time Olympian. Like I'm talking about, her game is only going to get better.
I mean, my thing was, how's her defense? You need to be good defensively to go to the W. And she's smart waiting, but I've seen enough defensively from her that I think she can hold her own. And she's got pride to want to hold her own too in one-on-one battles.
It's already such a building resume at just 21, Izzy Borlase. He's in trouble here. Booth in time as the horn expires. 13-point deficit.
Yeah, and Georgia Booth came in shooting 44% from downtown, and you got to know the scout. Can't be sagging off any of these high-profile, high-prolific shooters.
Shelley felt it and good off the window. A chance for an extra. Smart play with contact at the hip.
Yeah, speaking of one-on-one defense, Timsy, Jazz Shelley just took full advantage. Yeah. Georgia wasn't in a good defensive stance, and that's an easy call for the refs.
Shelley offensively has been a little quiet for me tonight. You know, in the last game against Canberra, she had 23, and she was really attacking the rim on every occasion, making good decisions. But I guess when the teammate point guard shooting the lights out as well, there's not as many touches, but I want her to get a few more shots up.
Reese, top of the arc. Here is Georgia Booth. McConnell rather. Back heel on the floater that time. Rips it free, McConnell. Saw Holmes in front, got a fingertip to it. And they'll get the whistle to bail them out.
I'm going to wind it back, though. That all started from inability to defend the on-ball at the start of that play. Got to the lane to the basket. She couldn't score, but, you know, if you hit that screen, it's an automatic switch. If you're going under, you can't be late. You've got to be able to meet them on the other side.
Let's get down to Megan Huswaite. It is loud in here at the moment. We'll try Megan in just a moment. They are hoping for Hungry Jacks, the Geelong Venom fans. Kelsey Reese won't give it up.
And I think Bendigo they're running their offense, but I think they're complicating things a little bit too much. There's mismatches out there on the floor. They're not recognizing it. I think they can do a better job of just simplifying it and just punishing. Like you had Olivia Pollard, you had Lily Returner, who was guarding her previously.
5 seconds, Shelley. Arlen, Pollard, able to cut it off. Spirit up numbers. Here's Ball Ace walking into the three. Another fresh 14 for Bendigo. In the hands of McConnell with the cross.
Oh, he'll like it.
Count the points. McConnell makes it.
I never had that in my repertoire with her. And
BS. You did too.
And that
Stop it.
back quick pop. That's sweet. Look at this. You see all the kids practicing that these days.
You got them doing it at the Timsy camp.
No, I don't.
That is now a 14-point deficit. This thing, these next 2 minutes are huge for Geelong. Because once you've lost so many games, it almost becomes a habit. And you start to kind of feel like, oh, here we go again. So you really need to finish this quarter strong to keep that spirit up.
Here's Rotuno over the timeline. Let's get down to Megan.
I was just talking about Kelsey Reese and how her parents both played in the WNBL and the NBL respectively, but she had a star-studded junior coach from under-12s to under-18s with Forestville Eagles, and that was the great Rachel Spawn. Rachel Spawn says that she had great strength and wasn't afraid to use it against her when she was defending her at practice. She's been rapt to see with her finesse around the basket and her debut season so far with Bendigo. She's certainly learning on the job and she's got some great pedigree.
Oh, what a magnificent mentor to have.
Absolutely, just an absolute superstar of an opal. I tell you, Shola Hill, she looks like, you know, you mentioned it earlier, but she looks like she's got a pep in her step. Like she's bouncy tonight. I haven't seen that in the last, 5 games she's played coming back from that injury, but she's looking bouncy.
13 for Hill.
Geelong fall back into what looks like a matchup zone. They want to identify the shooters.
And again, it's a wide open corner. Well, they can pay that time. Another second chance opportunity, and Reese finds back high, and McConnell dives in. And again, the Spirit leave 2 on the board. 4-point buffer.
What'd you see, Timsy? Did we see the same thing?
I saw Holmes wide open.
Wide open in the key.
She was sealing her out to the car park. Oof.
Solid screen and an illegal one, said the referee. Reese just dropped the shoulder.
And that's partly, yes, she extended her elbow as well, but that's also some of Izzy Borlase's responsibility, Timsy. You got to...
Most of the time it is. Most of the time it's the guard's fault, as much as I hate to admit it. They just get a little excited, they leave too early, you got to wait.
Moving screen, both sides in the bonus the rest of the way here. Rotuno initiating offense. No doubt on McConnell. Another late shot block for the Venom. Rotuno denied from Griffin. McConnell spots the open highway and gets the call. They'll find their way back through the line, Bendigo, where they're 89% tonight.
I totally understand running ball screens. This is the ball screen era, which I am a fan of. But you got to look at Mackenzie Holmes. Does she have enough shots? She's 4 of 8 from the field, 50%. Now, if you're going to run ball screens, Tim, I'm thinking I want the advantage. I don't necessarily want to attack the bigs. I want to get my stud leading scorer in the league the ball. So I'm running a ball screen, not for me, but for her.
Well, she hasn't taken any of those. Like usually, she does like to set the pick and shallow pop, down to that foul line area. We haven't seen her get one of those shot attempts yet.
The W Punch is your code. Free cheeseburgers thanks to Hungry Jacks.
Yay!
Happy fans in Geelong. Tick under a minute remains in this first half. Shelley wants some movement. And the Venom stay in touch going into half-time. Free with Borlace and Griffin. Poking at it with Shelley. As was Ratuno. Diving right on the basketball. And again, it's a jump ball situation.
Like a bunch of piranha.
Yeah, I reckon. Very unlucky. It looked like a lot of contact. 1, 2, possibly 3 fouls in the one passage of play.
And this is what I mean by simplifying things, right? Okay, Isabel Borlase, not a traditional point guard, but is a big guard, right? But you got these small little guards who are underneath you, making it difficult. Just kick it and go straight to the box where they have no shot.
Kennedy Kiriyama opting to use one of his timeouts. 22 seconds remaining here in the second. Reese has 3 and Georgia Booth has 3 to finish the half here. It's a 12-point advantage for the Spirit.
In 2 games, Timsy, Geelong has not scored 60 points against Bendigo. I don't know if it's a mental thing, but I can tell you what, they're not going to get 60 points if they don't feature Mackenzie Holmes a hell of a lot more than what they're doing right now.
Having said that, I'll bet you a whopper with cheese that they get over 64 points tonight.
Over 64?
Yeah. Is that what you said? They haven't scored over 60 points, right?
Now they scored 55, round 2, 58 in round 8 last week.
I'll take 60 for a whopper with cheese.
64, you said.
No, I'm going 60.
Both against the Spirit. They have struggled offensively against this side.
Yeah, they're not shooting so great from the 3-point line.
Not as of yet, 1 of 7.
Maybe I should think about it. That can't be right. Heel's hit a couple of 3s, hasn't she?
What about a couple with a foot on the line? Because she's definitely hit from distance. Clock adjusted to 23. Morlace gliding downhill once more. First hands to it was Clinch Hoykard.
Good contest by Alex Sharp. He's got the length, size, and athleticism to make it a little bit difficult for Izzy.
Shot clock unplugged. Can this be a burst of momentum into halftime? Clinch Hoykard wayward. Baseline ball, that'll do it for the ends of the first half. Bendigo 44 lead the Geelong Venom 32 here at the Strikehouse. They won the first quarter by 9. In the second by 3 here, Bendigo. Geelong not out of touch, but they need to get this offense moving. Holmes and Heel have accounted for 25 of their 32 points. And here is Shyla Heel, the leading scorer in the ball game with next.
Shyla, you're no longer on unrestricted minutes, and it is showing. You are heating up. How are you feeling out there?
Yeah, I feel like this is the first game I've really come out and switched my mentality from coming back from injury to doing what Geelong signed me to do. I feel like this is the first game I've done that.
Shell Timms in commentary tonight says that you've got a pep in your step, and it is showing for sure. The crowd are in raptures every time you do something. Is it special to play here at the stadium where your dad played over 3 decades ago?
It's so special. I mean, seeing all these kids running around, getting to motivate them to stay in basketball and give them role models is so important, and yeah, it's really special.
So you've been in quite a few games, you've lost 6 by 8 points or under. What will the message be at halftime to stay in this and make a run?
We need to keep our discipline offensively and defensively. I mean, right now we're not getting enough stops, but we're in it, and I know we can do it, so we need a really good second half.
Jeez, it's good to see you back in action. Well done on the first half. We'll let you get in there. Thanks.
15 points, 5 of 7 for Shyla here, leading the way for the Venom, and they are hanging in there. It's a 12-point deficit at halftime, favouring Bendigo.
Shots because we have a South Section win. This big old box of basketballs right here, there's 8 of them in this box. You get to choose 8 children, or anyone you like from the South Section. Take them up into the stands, give them on out, and to all of our Bunnings players, come on over here to me, and we'll give you some prizes.
Runs into a brick wall just in time. Clinch Hoycard, nylon.
2-point game. Clinch Hoycard for 3 and the lead.
I'm super keen to see, I guess, what this season holds. I worked really hard in the off-season with NBL1. I had a lot of support from my coaches and they basically just told me to go out and do whatever I wanted, really. So I built a lot of confidence in the NBL1 and I'm hoping I can take that into this WNBL season. Yeah, I'm just going to take every opportunity that I get given and help the team in any way that I can.
Point line that time. Move through hands, Clinch Hoycard.
So I have arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, and I was diagnosed about 5 years ago, I want to say, so just at the start of COVID. At the moment, I take medication. I've changed now, so I actually give myself an injection once a fortnight to manage that, and I just have to make sure my recovery is very, very high, and that's like my main priority. So it's just turning up a little bit earlier than usual, making sure I'm stretched, I'm warm, I'm ready to go. Because if I'm too stiff, I'm in pain. So the key for before training is just making sure I'm warm. And after, I have my recovery boots. I love saunas. I'm really good in heat, but yeah, it's my boots. It's I have my vibration plate. I brought all my recovery gadgets over with me from Perth. When I first went to like physios and stuff to, I guess, figure out why my ankles were like 3 times the size of what they should have been, I just kept getting told that I'm too young for arthritis. I must have just hurt myself and not realised. I went to lots of different people, struggled to get any sort of diagnosis. At home, in the mornings especially, I couldn't move, so would have to wear socks and just slide around the house. And I remember when my mum was staying with me one weekend, she got very upset seeing me like that because how old was I? I was 20. No 21-year-old should have to slide around in their socks because they can't move properly. But yeah, eventually found a specialist, and yeah, he was like, oh, you definitely have arthritis, and I got on the medication and things kind of got good very quickly actually after that.
4 on the shot clock. Clinch Hoycard is going to have to hoist it up, and it falls!
Great to see Mackenzie Clinch Hoycard back healthy and crossing over from the west to play for the Geelong Venom this season. Liam Ellison, Michelle Timms and Damon Lowry to run it through with you at the halftime break, and it's a 12-point advantage to the Bendigo Spirit. And Damon, we spoke about it earlier, they have indeed done it by committee.
They have done it by committee. They haven't troubled the scoreboard as much as they can right now. So they're down 12, which isn't horrible, but the way it's trending, they're looking at a 20-point loss, unless they, of course, can get their stud, Mackenzie Holmes, more involved. She's 4 of 8 from the field right now. She came in averaging 23 points a game. She still might get there, but right now they need to get her really involved early so this thing doesn't blow out.
You never get enough of Mackenzie Holmes in the offensive set, can you, if you're Geelong, Michelle?
No, absolutely. And there's one player who was lighting it up early in the first half.
Elsie Griffin getting involved. Coming out, they did go small ball, the Geelong Venom. opting with Heel, Ratuno, Shelley, Alyssa Brett, and forcing the Spirit into 5 first-quarter turnovers. Bendigo, though, they seem like they cleaned that up a little bit.
They did. They were shaky early. Some unforced turnovers. A few of them weren't forced. But the only thing is, once they cross half court, all of a sudden that defensive pressure is not the same because now there's just so much size on the floor for the Bendigo Spirit. So right now, as we look at the Blackmores head-to-head, Shiloh's having a good game. Offensively, 15 points at 60% from the field. Abby Werung has not taken another shot. Now listen here, Abby Werung. Next time you 3 for 3, it's the rule, it's universal. I didn't make up this rule, Timsy. I didn't make it up, but it's universal.
I know it.
It is a global heat check. You must take the 4th one. She hasn't taken another 3.
No, unbelievable.
3 of 3 in the early moments of the first quarter as well, so it's been a while. Shiloh Heel, meanwhile, you said it, Timsy, she's been playing with a real confidence tonight.
Yeah, she's had, and that was a great steal there, but she's definitely got a pep in her step game, and she looks like really light on her toes, really bouncy, and shooting the ball great, and just full of confidence. Her demeanor's different tonight.
You heard what she said at halftime to Megzi. She goes, I'm feeling more confident in my knee, changed her mindset a little bit, and she's only going to get better. Like, she's a prolific international scorer, so we all know Shiloh's work. But if that knee gets more closer to 100%, we're going to see a lot more of that kind of stuff.
Could she possibly be the committee leader that you're after, Damon? A player who can create her own shot off the dribble?
They do. Now, Shiloh is a committee scoring leader. They also have Mackenzie Holmes, but you need 3, Liam. Only right now, they only got 4 scorers for the entire game, so they got to find ways to get other people more involved.
Corners have been open for the Bendigo Spirit. Abby Werung hit 3 of 3 from distance, as we noted. Why has that happened, do you think, that we've seen so many open corner threes in this game?
It's penetration. Like, if you break down on a ball screen defense and give up a straight line drive, you rotate, you put 2 on the ball like that situation, all of a sudden you're scrambling, and Bendigo doing a great job of spreading the floor. So you got to just make sure your defensive rules are rock solid. Nobody's over-helping, because that's how they get them to.
Well, and maybe they were, Geelong were trying to junk it up. So maybe because they were trying to junk it up, that caused a little confusion and their rotations weren't on, especially in that first quarter.
Third quarter not far away here between the Bendigo Spirit and the Geelong Venom. It's a 12-point cushion at halftime for the visitors. Saturday night hoops in the WNBL. Bendigo 44 lead the Venom 32 at halftime. Liam Ellison, Michelle Timms, Damon Lowry and Megan Husway courtside. And the Geelong Cats, Megan, are in attendance tonight cheering on their Venom. And Andrew Mackey is with you on court.
Yes, I am with the General Manager of Football from Geelong, a three-time premiership player for the Cats as well. Great to see you, Andrew, and the kids are having a great time here tonight.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere. Geelong home crowd going off. We just get the scoreboard right, but yeah, it's a great time of year to be in Geelong, and the sport's always high priority around here.
Your kids were just telling me amongst eating their fish and chips that Shyla Hill is their new favourite player, and it's great to see Shyla playing here in Geelong. Her dad played here 30 years ago, and Sarah Blitzlav's game 300 last night. Of course, you know her brother Mark very well, so the family links are always very special in sport. Yeah, they are. Obviously, the Blitzlav's family we know well, and a very talented family, and hopefully Mark matches Sarah next year with his 300 game too. So great that Shyla's got a bit of a hot hand tonight, so hopefully she can carry on the second half. And a pretty quiet off-season so far for you at Geelong, a quiet trade period into pre-season now, and another crack at it next year. Yeah, it moves around pretty quick, so the guys have got another few days before a Christmas break, but yeah, they're all in on next year and looking forward to see what we can do. Go Cats and go Venom. Thanks, Mac. Thank you. Thanks, Megan.
Great to see the Geelong sporting fraternity getting behind each other here. And have been regular attendees at Venom games throughout the season. It looks like Shyla Hill's got some new fans.
Hey, Damon, who's your AFL team?
Western Bulldogs.
Nice.
We can jot that one down. Timsy, yours?
Once again, I just support everyone.
Here's Alex Sharp to kick us off.
Yeah, oh, mister.
Yep.
Near the entry pass. Shelley will go herself. Griffin controls the rebounds. Lace. Patient inside and able to get it to go.
Isabel Borlase in transition, Timsy. We said it.
Warning, warning, warning. Will Smith.
Lost in space. We are showing our age.
This time a Sharp inside. Able to flick it out for a second chance. Shyla Hill does indeed have the hot hand. The teardrop is good.
You know, there's one thing running it on ball, but to be able to do it offensively correctly, like she really does a great job of getting her man into that screen.
Yeah. And not coming off passive and tentative.
McConnell flips out. Ball ace with 6 seconds. Not Sharp as the assignment.
You can't touch me.
Too strong.
You don't know me. Goodness.
You see the move, like she waved off Olivia Pollard who had Shyla on her. She goes, now I'm going to take this to the rack, put my forearm in Alex Sharp's abdomen, and just get an easy layup.
McConnell trying to battle around the screen. Flipped out with Sharp, ran out of real estate.
Shyla not happy with that. Thought it was a foul. You don't often throw the ball straight out of court, though, I've got to say.
Not normally.
Pollard, great recognition, and ball ace is getting off the chain.
Yeah, microwave. She was just heating up.
Yes, she is. Caught Alex Sharp trying to get over the top of that screen, and she just went baseline. That is a savvy scorer that knows how to move without the ball.
15 and counting for ball ace. It's the same tally for Hill. McConnell wants to attack. Sharp off the dribble, got a hand to it. Ball ace inside.
Oh my goodness! On that drive, ball ace totally got to the duck position. Totally lost her player.
He just left unattended down there. That's dangerous. Geelong let off that time. A 16-point game-high lead for Bendigo. Sharp flipped out. The sharpshooter, Clinch Hoykard. And Hill came in late with a foul.
Hey, look, I'm all for balance scoring. I'm all for it. But you have the #1 scorer, Timsy, in the league. She doesn't average 23 points by accident. It's been 2.5 minutes played. She's yet to touch the ball. You got to make her a focal point because now things is getting out of hand.
Lizzie Borlase, ever the focal point. On fire to start the third quarter. Early timeout. Chris Lucas has to call it. Borlase has 18. Bendigo out here by 19 at the Strikehouse. They have worn her like a glove throughout the first half. Izzy Borlase, all of a sudden, she has had so much space to work with.
Yeah, she has. And you know what? I'll put my hand up. I thought Alex Sharp was a good matchup for her, but she's just treated her bad.
Alex Sharp, size-wise, it looks like it's a good matchup.
But she's thin, right?
She is a little thin, but Isabel Borlase is not a one-trick pony when it comes to scoring. She can score in too many ways.
Yeah.
Post-ups, transition, 3 balls, offensive rebounds, moves off the ball. And she's like 5-6 years away from her prime. This is terrifying.
It sure is.
Yeah. Oh, great for the Opals. Gee, there's some great young talent around, though.
Yeah, it is. And we're going to get the new team in the league next year, Timsy. Tasmania Jewels coming in.
53-34, Bendigo with the lead here, and Borlase has burst out of the gates at halftime. 18 to her name. And the Venom have to chat things over and reset. 21-year-old MVP contender, Borlase is on the way to another big tally. Sharp open for 3 and connects.
Good penetration kick by Jazz Shelley. Good to see Sharpie not hesitate. They need, like I said, another avenue of scoring.
Borlase in motion. Sharp still with the assignment. McConnell, Adam gambling for the steal, and Werung open. Finally, she gets another look from 3 where she's 4 of 4.
You see that zone there. Geelong trying to junk it up a bit. But we haven't done it often.
Pollard a hand to it. He'll stay with the play, though. Knocked it against it. Same spot for Sharp. And 57% from 3 tonight. Bendigo, McConnell. Her turn to Canlon.
Yeah, the floodgates are well and truly open. Megan hits the transition triple. 22-point lead.
Shelley cutting baseline.
And another turnover.
Number 7 on the night.
Timsy, how would you go about getting your leading scorer involved? It's been 4 minutes now. That's all I can focus on is how come Mackenzie Holmes has not got a shot. She can't play the point and just come down and do it herself. She needs her teammates to help her out.
Well, you know what? She's a big girl. She should be talking to her. I know that's not in her bag. She's not. She doesn't like to be too vocal in that. But if I'm her, I'm going, hey, let's run this play. Let's do this. Give me a look. But I've got to say, she's been a little hesitant in the first half when she's made a couple of plays. But you're right. Every second time down the court, the ball should go through her hands.
McConnell up in the grill with a foul call. 4 of 8 from the field. Mackenzie Holmes averages 17 attempts per contest this season.
It's funny, it's interesting, not funny, it's interesting you say that because I can hear when you talk, Timsy, I can hear your personality. Like, I can hear it. And some girls might be great scorers, but they don't have that personality, that alpha dog kind of mentality, right?
Yeah.
And you can't really give somebody that. You either have it or you don't. Like, Charlotte Hill is an alpha dog mentality scorer, whereas Mackenzie Holmes is a very nice, passive kind of a scorer. And in a situation like this, she needs to be way more of an alpha, I feel.
Yeah, and it's part of being an elite player. You know, if that's not something that your strong point, you've got to work on it a little bit, you know. So being a great communicator, and that can be as much as saying, screen left, screen right, or it can be saying, hey, next play, can you run this, you know.
Borlase is cooking here in the posts. Up to 20, Megan Huswaite.
Well, I just want to add to what the guys were saying there about Holmes. It's a great point because she wasn't getting much court time at Seattle, as we know. So players are not only coming to the WNBL to improve their game, to try and break out in the WNBA, but it's growing parts of their personalities, I guess, as professional players, and that is inserting yourself in a contest, which Combs needs to do, and Jazz Shelley looks to do here.
That's right, Mitch. That is right. I mean, you come here to grow as a player, you're professional, living overseas, and it's just a part of our game. Like, it's not on the stat sheet, attitude or mentality. You don't see that. You just see shooting percentages and skill sets. But hopefully this is a conversation that Lucas is having with her as she grows as a professional.
With Bendigo in that zone, should be some good elbow catches for her. You know, that's the most dangerous place to get the ball, is on the foul line there. So hopefully she can make some catches there and get some touches.
Great to have Hall of Famer Michelle Timms with us in commentary tonight. Damon Lowry. Here's Shelley. Second chance for the Spirit. Sharp diving in there. Cole down the floor. Good seal. Inside with Reese. Unable to take advantage that time.
Just need to get her head up a little early and just wait that, give herself just a little second more. I've been really impressed by her this year, though.
No, she's had a good season.
Yeah.
She's finished most of those last week. Right now she is missing a few bunnies, but she's got the skill set.
And she can shoot the three. She can stretch her as well.
First pro season out of college for Kelsey Reese, the 23-year-old South Australian forward.
Oregon State, go Beavs.
Will be called upon Mariana Tolo out for the remainder of the season. Here is Reese, opting out for three this time.
I don't know, Borlase was too happy about that. She had heel down the low block.
Yeah, she did.
McConnell into the front court. Borlase opts for patience. This time it's heel with the assignment.
Good pass.
Ripped straight into the shooter's pocket of McConnell. Geelong basketball this time.
To be able to just go left, and throw that baseline pass to your left hand on the money. You gotta be ready to shoot that.
I think she had it spent before court. Is that the same? No.
I think it is.
They came in with some velocity. So Venom basketball from the sideline. Hoop Fest now not far away, and this is your chance to win the ultimate weekend of basketball in Perth, thanks to Minor Hotels. Scan the QR code on screen now for your chance to win Hoops Fest tickets, return flights for two, accommodation for two, and $500 to spend at the Oak and Vine. Don't miss your shot. Get involved now, 15th to 18th of January. And Shelley
travel.
Has bottom on the three, and now they'll get it back via the wall.
Well, see, that was nice offense. You have a look at the Amy replay. Nice three. I mean, that was good offense. That was a change of sides, inside touch, and then the kick out.
Caught Izzy Borlase overhelping, sagging in for no real reason. Good to see Jazz Shelley. Jazz only shooting 23% from deep, but those open shots, we know she's capable of knocking those down.
Allen provides the screen for Shelley. Wrapped up Borlase. Had to go. Great defense from Bendigo. Spirit bench unit out there on the floor now. And this is a young brigade. Simpson fouled. Such is the depth of Bendigo. They've retooled the reigning champs. It's vastly such a new look roster. And they are flying at 9-2.
I know, and it's interesting, Liam, because a lot of people are talking about, can they sustain it without Tolo? You know, can they go all the way without Tolo? Is this just, you know, the honeymoon period?
No, it's not the honeymoon period. This is a sustained, this is a serious relationship. Another good pass with the left hand.
Ronnie Booth in the corner.
They're just a different style without Tolo. They lose a lot of experience in the IQ, but everybody else is stepping up, and we're getting to see the young players like Pollard and Kelsey Reeves start to really develop.
Arcing three favours the Venom. First to it, Rotuno diving in there as well. Ball ace. What hustle.
And what a luxury getting up by so much, and then the opportunity for the bench players to get that experience. And down the track, they'll be called on in finals and what have you.
Yeah. And I like the fact that Kennedy Kariyama is leaving Isabel Borlase out there with the young girls, with the second unit.
Well, it's important, right? There's nothing worse than when you put the second unit on and put them on their own. That's really unfair to the second unit. You always got to have 1 or 2 vets out there to help things along and then slowly rotate them through. But you never throw 5 of them out there together.
And I'll add Kelsey Griffin to that unit as well. Extra fine. Booth. Open once more. Shelley now can run the floor. Ooh, lost her footing. Booth diving in there. Arlen. Geelong able to retain it here. In to work with Vishelli.
I mean, with Charlotte Hill and Mackenzie Holmes off the floor at the same time, something I'm not a fan of. Where does the offense come from?
Fortuno hits the deck. Let's get down to Megan courtside.
Just following on from what you guys were talking about with Tolo being out, and it's remarkable to think they're losing up to 400 games of experience, not just with Tolo, but Casey Samuels, who was such a key in that championship team last year. And Bendigo hasn't pulled the trigger yet on replacement players, so it's remarkable what they've been able to do with their win-loss record. And when you look at a team like Geelong, who's currently got 2 replacement players, so it just adds to how impressive this Bendigo run is.
We're hoping to get Casey Samuels back in February is the word for that foot injury. That would be a huge boost. So Izzy Borlase has the 4 personal. She'll take a seat. 18-point gap, though, for the Spirit. Heel dancing once more.
Did I just see Reese on Joe Shelley?
You did.
What the?
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to say, get out of the way. I'm taking, we're going one-on-one.
That is, yeah. But we're preaching from the same. You're preaching to the choir when it comes to that kind of stuff. But this is an equal opportunity era that we currently live in. But you get Charlotte Hill out there isolated at the top of the key, Georgia Booth, you got problems.
Oh, yeah.
Charlotte Hill nails the trade. Her 3rd triple, 20 points now for Charlotte. Well, still in the backcourt. Reese, strong screen provided. Now 2 guards in front of her, Kelsey Reese. Fortuno and Hill get the job done.
It is not Kelsey Reese's day so far. Still with a quarter to go. But having a hard time. Hey!
Yo.
Hey! Well, I'll be damned. Well, welcome to the game, Mackenzie Holmes. Thank you.
Yep, and she had the shallow catch there. That was awesome.
First attempts from the field in the second half for Holmes. Griffith attacking to the cup. Bendigo basketball from the baseline.
2-man game. Good kick out to Charlotte. Now, Charlotte could have explored that, but she knew, I've got to get Mackenzie involved, or we don't have a snowball chance in Darwin of getting back in this game.
Always good, Damon Lowry. 5 of 9 from the field now, Holmes. Timeout. Moments away from 3-quarter time here. They have cut it back, though, to a 13-point deficit. Geelong still hanging around.
Definitely danger times for Bendigo to a degree. To a degree. They're still well in control, but at least Geelong is showing some life.
Here's Kennedy Kariyama before the match and what he was expecting today from the Venom.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to be in Geelong. Again, expecting a really difficult, tough game. Geelong are a very different prospect at home. They've been playing good basketball here and been, incredibly close to getting some wins. So we're expecting a tough one.
They sure have lost 7 games by single figures this season with Geelong Venom. They're a lot closer than their 7th spot ladder suggests.
What do you put that down to? 7? When you lose 7 by close margin, it means, to me, you don't know, how to win. You don't know how to execute. You don't know how to do the little things. A lot of those close games are lost in the crunch time, obviously, right? So from 5 minutes on down, You got to know where you're going with the ball on offense. You got to play error-free basketball to a degree, and to lose that many games by single digits, it tells me that's what Geelong is really lacking at this stage.
Yeah, they lack a Kelsey Griffin, don't they?
A seasoned vet. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of.
Didn't she stand up along with Borlase in the fourth last week for Bendigo? So there's 12 seconds for the Venom.
Great job, Jazz Shelley, getting the steal.
This would really get the crowd up. Heel followed a miss. Really hard running into Griffin. That's going to be number 4 on China.
Yeah, that was going to be a tough shot. I mean, I've seen him make him, but that was tough. There was a player on a hip and someone straight ahead.
And compounding it with the 4th foul. Now she's got to play protective defense for the last quarter.
It's a 13-point deficit at 3-quarter time here. Bendigo 61, lead Geelong 48 with 10 to play.
To the Venom Christmas tree, you'll be able to pick up your voucher right over there. So head on over, and Meadow will have that Venom Edge voucher for you. Thanks to Edge Clothing, $100, all yours.
3-quarter time statistics for you. For the Bendigo Spirit, Easy Blaze is leading the scoring there with 20 points. And for Geelong Venom, Shyla Hill leading the scoring with 20 points. Mackenzie Holmes has 12 points. Alex Sharp 7 points. And Jazz Shelley 9 points at 3-quarter time.
Ten minutes to play here for Saturday Night Hoops in the WNBL. Bendigo and Geelong locked in a round 9 tussle, and the Venom still hanging around here. 61-48 is the scoreline at 3-quarter time. Liam Ellison, Naismith Basketball Hall of Famer Michelle Timms, and 3x3 Olympic Kangaroos coach Damon Lowry with you here in commentary to take it home. And the Venom are hanging around, but Damon, just the 4 scorers on the score sheet for them so far.
Yeah, only 2 in double figures, Shyla and Mackenzie Holmes. And I've been over here banging on about how they're getting Holmes involved, but I would also mention to her, like right there, they just missed another seal team. I would be mentioning to Mackenzie that you only got the 1 rebound. So, nice floater by Lily Returno, but I got to get Holmes on the glass. Go get an offensive rebound. Go get some putbacks. Inject yourself into the game that way.
Looked out to McConnell. Megan Huswaite is listening in to the Bendigo huddle. Megan.
It's actually in the Geelong huddle, and the final words from Chris Lucas were, "We are right in this." He wants an aggressive mindset. He wants them to defensively run and jump, and ball movement to be a focus. Shyla Hill has started this 4th term on the bench. She's had a cut above her eye and had that treated at 3-quarter time.
Thanks, Megs. Georgia Woolley out there for her first minutes tonight. Diving on it. Griffin as well with the effort. Wants a call from the ref, and that's going to be a technical foul.
What? Boy, they quick with the text.
Didn't appreciate the feedback. So here's a better look at it.
She was upset about Booth. She thought Booth was fouled, I think. She's sticking up for a teammate.
But, like, can I get a warning? Kelsey Griffin, 14 seasons in the league.
Right,
you can't go like this. Hey, Kels, calm down.
Oh, no, you know, do it again. If we get to see that Amy replay, she grabbed her foot. That's what Kelsey was going up with.
Too sensitive. Sometimes the refs with the quick tech.
Let's have a look. Let's see here. Kelsey's there. And then...
Yeah.
Yo, Timsy. All over it.
Yeah.
Now that's...
And I'm going to tech you on top of it?
Yeah.
Hey, but it's an 8-point game. Forget all that. They are right in it.
Great vision. Replay there. Shelley peels it clean, has Ratuno ahead, and finds her way through herself. There's life yet in the Venom, and they are pumped up. It's the loudest it's been all night here in the Strike House.
And Damon, we have 3 players in double figures for Geelong, so this is a good thing. Look at that.
Shelley on the Amy replay brings it back to a 2-possession ball game. Second steal on the night for her. In fact, make it 3.
And just like that, 6-point game. I'm not messing around. I'm coming back with Izzy Borlays. I don't care you got 4 fouls. The wheels are falling off.
You might owe me a whopper with G's.
I think you're good.
We've got a game on our hands here for Saturday night. Henley Kerryama back to the whiteboard to steady this side.
Yeah, I want to send a shout out to Jo Shelley. I think she's done a really good job. Like, I felt like she wasn't in this game. And she's really worked her way into this game.
They came into the quarter with just 4 players on the score sheet, the Venom. Woolley and Ratuno have joined there. Here's Chris Lucas before the match talking about wanting more of an even spread.
Oh, look, I think our ball movement and player movement really needs to be spot on. We're not moving the ball quick enough, and that's allowing people to trap her now at the low post, and we want to make sure we move the ball.
Speaking of Holmes there as well, who has drawn a lot of attention once again.
And I like the fact that Chris Lucas came with Georgia Woolley. Sat there for 3 quarters and said, you know what the hell? She came out there and immediately got a bucket.
Let's get down to Megan Huswaite.
Bendigo are embracing the challenge. They haven't had it thrown at them too many times in the last couple of games, and they are up for it. They're going to look to go to Abby Wareham to get some of her shooting prowess. She's up to 12 points and having one of her better offensive nights of the season.
Sure is. Perfect from beyond the arc. Borlace the fall away. Another stop for Geelong. 7-0 run to start it. Judge Shelley rattles out. Borlace able to pull out the rebound. Here's McConnell. And they get the steady influence. Woolley down the floor. Her first minutes tonight, and she has been inserted into a game that is red hot right now.
Mackenzie Holmes had Abby Wareham completely sealed on the interior. 3 ball goes up. Well, yeah, it could have went in, but you got to go to your advantage. You got the momentum right now. Mackenzie Holmes is going to stop sealing if she doesn't get rewarded.
Woolley, the injury replacement for Gemma Potter. Shelley lost Wareham. Back to 4 points.
Momentum's a beautiful thing, isn't it, Timothy?
Sure is.
9-zip opening. Here's Wareham. Dumped inside. Nice movement. Borlace able to hang and finish. Hoop and harm for Izzy Borlace.
Just great patience. You know, the last 2 possessions, Bendigo didn't score the last time, but the ball went through the right player's hands. It went through Griffin and Borlace. And once again, great ball movement, change of sides, gets the team rotating, defensive team rotating, and the lanes open up.
But Timsy, they put themselves in these rotations by sagging off so far. Kelsey was guarded one-on-one in the short corner, back to the basket. Everybody's sagging off so far. Once she kicks it out, you put yourself in a closeout for no reason.
Megan, the Geelong fans are making a lot of noise here in the 4th.
They sure are, and Georgia Woolley is the definition of being ready to sub into this fourth quarter and have an impact. And she was ready 2 weeks ago in Brisbane when she received the call from Chris Lucas to get down here and suit up for Geelong. She came out of college earlier this year, played the NBL1 campaign for Ballarat, but unfortunately didn't get a WNBL contract. Well, she's got one now, and she's in it up to her eyeballs.
Absolutely. Team captain for Syracuse, Georgia Woolley, in the NCAA. Started at that level. Here's Heel. Holmes was inside. McConnell a hand to it. Count the points. One to come for Shyla.
Oh, thank goodness that went down.
Why, Timsy? Thank goodness.
Our girl Holmes was wide open, had Griffin on her back. She had to escape them because she was in the key for so long. But that was a tough shot by Heel.
Six Geelong over 60. Bendigo looked in cruise control halfway through that third quarter. Now this is flipped.
That's what happens sometimes. You switch off, you relax because you think the game is over with. And Geelong keep playing.
9 steals for the Venom. They came into the game wanting to do just that.
Wow.
Ball ace again with a cut.
What a pass by Kelsey Griffin. And, you know, smarts by Belaise to know where she had to be. But what a pass jumping out of court.
Everybody's standing around staring at the ball.
Woolley in the corner.
Lost vision. Just can't afford to do that. This is just a scoring phenomenon.
Biggest lead was 22 for Bendigo. Ball ace looking to get downhill. Last touched off the Venom.
Now you see how Kelsey's guard on the baseline. It's going to be a tough shot. She can't shoot from behind the basket, but everybody's sagging off in no man's land. And Izzy Bordes took advantage as Megan tees one up. Oh, that's just to stem the tide.
Much needed. And a timeout the result. Back to a 9-point margin for Bendigo. Tick under 6 minutes remaining in the ballgame. That gives them some breathing room.
You know, it's exciting, but deep down, you just know Bendigo, well, we don't know, but they just seem to have answers, you know. I'm not worried for them right now. It's exciting to watch, but I kind of feel they'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean, they got a better team. That's why we feel this way, because they are just a better team. But Geelong is going to make them answer the question if they come out slack. But they got to find ways to get stops, Geelong. These last 6 minutes got to be almost error-free basketball.
High standards at the Bendigo Spirit this season at 9-2. Here's Kennedy Kerryama talking about their no excuses mantra.
No excuses approach. I mean, you know, we could be, you know, talking about missing 400 plus games worth of experience, but you know, we've put a lot of time and investment into these players. They work incredibly hard, and so rolling out, you know, development players, suiting them up, and then also playing players who, you know, perhaps in their first season wouldn't typically see as much court time, giving them an opportunity to see what they can do, and they've done an incredible job. And I think that stems from a lot of things: their work ethic, the program we're running, and obviously some great leadership on court.
They've stood up when they've got their opportunities. Spirit opting back with their starting 5 here out of the timeout.
I love it. No excuses. Don't want to hear it. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
They trust in their foundation, what they put in place. Good on them.
Alex Sharp joins the starters for Geelong. Push off from Heel. No, a defensive foul against McConnell. Getting a lot of attention.
Tried to fight over the second one.
Yeah. Shyla should have launched that from Hungry Jackville. And she disrespected her and went under on the first one.
Exactly.
Shyla off the off-ball cut. Rejects the screen, lost her footing. Did well to get it back out to Sharp. 3 seconds. Shelley's got a heave.
And that's one of the reasons Jazz Shelley's shooting percentage is 23%. She always seems to find the ball at the end of a shot clock, got to throw up something like that.
Venom were in a scramble for a moment. Now they can reset.
Look at Izzy. Izzy says, "Here, you take it. I'm going to the block."
Lace inside. Now they'll feed her. Falling back, not quite. Megan Huswaite was in the huddles previously. Megan.
Well, Lily Rotuno's got the job on Bolace for now, and she's all over her like a rash. Chris Lucas wants to see his team be aggressive, and he claps his hands there as Alex Sharp goes to the line, but he told his players we're still okay. They're going to have to come from a margin down to win this game, but who's going to be the player that can lift them to do so? As we've spoken about all night, they've lost 6 games by 8 points or under. If tonight's the night they get that win, who's going to take them on their shoulders?
Thanks, Megan.
In that possession right there, you'll see Olivia Pollard, when she goes back and watches this tape, she will realize she did not have to stand there in the middle of the key, because she had to close out and Sharpie beat her off the dribble.
I want you to stay up to date with all the latest stories, stats, highlights and more with the WNBL app. Scan the QR code on screen now to download it to your device. Halfway through this fourth quarter. It is heated up here in the second half.
Good pass.
Great find. McConnell hesitates. How's this ball movement from the Spirit? Bolace in rhythm. Great O from the visitors.
That was beautiful.
Scoreboard keeps ticking over for Bendigo.
Oh, Sharpie, take that 3 ball.
And look at Holmes.
Now they'll go there with Holmes. Now just her second attempt from the field in the second half.
And that's what confuses me sometimes about Alex Sharp. She can make a 3 and then turn down a wide open 3 a couple possessions later. I don't understand that myself, as Megan McConnell gets herself an easy layup.
Well, even though she made that drive to the basket before, she had a wide open 3 instead of having to put that on the floor as well a few possessions ago. McConnell, gee, she's come up big.
She sure has. Back out to a double-digit lead for Bendigo.
Teasers, that's what they are.
Tibbs, is it much one-on-one defense, like one-on-one play, you think, in training sessions? Because we're talking about how you need to be able to contain your player, keep your player in front of you. How do you practice that? You don't practice that playing 5-on-5. I feel like you practice that in one-on-one situations.
Yeah, I agree. That seems obvious.
Yeah, 3 dribbles, 4 dribbles. If you give up a layup, you know, you got problems. But yeah, I just feel like it's because we're watching Geelong give up a lot of blow-bys on penetration.
Totally agree. One-on-one defense, for me, watching the games at home is like, where's the pride? Where's the I'm going to lock my man down? You are not scoring on me mentality.
Geelong have used all of their timeouts in this second half. Bendigo with 1 remaining.
Geelong need to try to find a way to get themselves to the foul line. They got 4 minutes. Keep track, Liam. How many free throws will they shoot in these 4 minutes?
Could be a large number. 75% from the line, Bendigo tonight. Geelong led by Heel with 23, Bolace with 27. Hand in from Griffin. Bendigo basketball.
I do like that play they run, though.
Good action.
Yeah, it's a nice action.
Tyler attacks, but Kelsey sagged off and got a late hand in.
Yeah.
That left hand at the last minute.
They've got lots of nice wrinkles out of that.
Geelong can afford to be more aggressive. They got 4 fouls to give.
Yeah.
They need to string together stops. McConnell space to work with. Bolace nearly got there, out of bounds. Here's the first stop for the Venom.
It is hard to be the same team 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
The Bendigo obviously put themselves in the driver's seat, and it's good. I'm sure Kennedy Carriano would love to be tested, like we said earlier, from time to time. You don't want it to be too easy.
Neil and Holmes, 2-man game in the spin cycle. And that's more aggressive from Mackenzie Holmes.
Did Izzy just foul out?
Parting nails on the Bendigo bench for a second there, Damon.
Good pocket pass. Good spin move. Yeah, Kelsey got her hand in that time and got called for it.
Griffin with fouls to give. Holmes makes no mistake.
I think I'd go back there, a little on-ball action between those two.
After some ball movement first, I would maybe...
Yep.
Did everything but go down there. We approach crunch time here at the Strikehouse. Ball ace backing out. Two league leading scorers at the perimeter this time. Ball ace takes her right to the cup.
Now this is smart.
That was real smart.
Kelsey Griffin.
Yeah.
Went right back to her team like this. No, you go.
No, and she even took like the back step to get ready for the momentum push.
And Mackenzie Holmes just opened up her defensive stance and gave Izzy Borlase a straight line drive. Easy call for the refs.
I thought there was no way she was going to give up a one-on-one opportunity against her. For a minute, I thought, no way.
Splits a pair at the line, ball ace. Door ajar for Geelong. Yep. Opting out for three, bingo. Big hit for Geelong.
And that time he put Shiner off the ball. Let Lily Rotuno run the ball screen, then got shot in a two-man game on the other side. I like that.
Shirley nearly came up with the steal as well. McConnell lost their friend. 4 seconds now. Nailed out via the whistle.
I think McConnell should have just slowed down a little bit because they switched. And Heel was on Poet. She should have just dived straight to the X spot.
Shelley, the league leader in steals there. Coming up with the personal. Let's get down to Megan Huswaite by the benches.
Well, as soon as that ball went through the net from Shyla Hill, Chris Lucas looked down the bench and pointed to Alyssa Brett. He's been quick to get her into the game, and he told her to shoot it. They've got a few shooters, Geelong, and they're going to need to see them fire here if there's any chance to win this one.
Absolutely, thanks, Megs. They can string together back-to-back threes. In a few stops, it will be nervous moments for Bendigo. We did see a similar situation last week against Southside Melbourne, the Spirit. They were able to see him off. Here's Sharp for three.
Good patience, good ball movement.
Yep.
Alex didn't turn that one down.
Smooth possession margin. Griffin inside. And there is that leadership, Timsy. New double-double for KG. Holmes in the post.
Abby.
Griffin wasn't biting.
Abby Rung just reached in, couldn't help herself, stuck her hand in a cookie jar at the last minute. Foul, discipline, Timsy.
She was going to be running into a brick wall on the baseline. I mean, that's her move. She loves that move, but yeah, that's a coach killer.
Let's just assume, Timsy, that Mackenzie makes both these foul shots. You're Bendigo, you're the point guard, you got 95 seconds and a 5-point lead. Who you going to? What are you going to come down and do?
I'll tell you who I'm getting the ball in the hands of and getting some touches is the two people we've been speaking about all night. The ball's got to go through Griffin and then to ball raise. But I'm using some time.
95 seconds remaining. Time the friend of Bendigo, Holmes. Perfect on the first. Red up in defense. They've been pestering them all night, this guard unit. And Pollard. Geelong with 4 threes to her name. Tried to whip it over to Griffin. Geelong basketball.
They didn't do what you said, Timsy. They didn't go to their 2 most experienced and best players. Turnover. The drive that Abby normally couldn't finish in that particular situation, she didn't.
They did milk the clock, though.
Charlotte Hill. And they bring it back to 1 possession. Sharp off the dribble. Let's got to go here, 3 seconds. Fronts fires, Griffin controls. Shelley read that so well. The timing immaculate. Out of bounds though, beat her in the end.
Liam, when you are in this situation, you Bendigo, this is not the time for equal opportunity. This is crunch time right here. I'm gonna trust the studs in this moment. That's why they are studs.
Megan, what's the feeling courtside?
Chris Lucas, it was like a pin had gone through a balloon as Alyssa Brett missed that. Chris Lucas sort of slumped to his knees. Brett out, Woolley in.
There you have it, immediate decision from Chris Lucas. Uncharacteristic from Pollard that time.
What do you think about that shot, Timsy?
He's a little early.
A little early, yep. Only a quick shot is what Geelong was hoping for, and they got it. A shot that Liv Pollard could have made. She's going for the dagger.
Slipping the screen home, Seal backing out. Woolley got there somehow to Holmes. Stays with the Venom. Sharp now to fire. And Ball Ace pulls down an important rebound. Jump ball situation. It will go by the possession arrow.
Great look for Alex Sharp. Izzy didn't grab the ball. Just didn't grab it.
In fact, it's a foul call.
And Abby Werong faked that and went to... Yeah, that could have easily been a 2-point game. It was that quick.
Wow.
Timeout on the floor, 12 seconds remaining here in regulation.
Who's the best free throw shooter on the team, Liam? The Bendigo. Who's got the best free throw percentage? Because that's where the ball better go.
It's interesting you say that because that's one of their blemishes, their only blemishes, one of them, is that they're not a great free throw foul shooting team. I think I read that somewhere.
I would like...
60%.
Yeah.
They're not, no. I'll tell you.
There's a few
they are third bottom,
ones.
they're 6th at 71% as a team.
McConnell shooting 51% from the line.
Yeah.
Really a much better shooter than that.
You're taking the ball out, Megan. If you're 51%, you're taking the ball out. And I want the ball in the hands of whoever that is. Izzy Borlaze.
Borlaze is 91% free throw.
Who's 91?
Borlaze.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Come get the ball. They got a foul straight away.
Werong gets a miss from the line this season.
Okay.
Oh, well, there you go.
Sample size.
Okay.
But she's only a 1-for-1, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Liam, get out of here, Liam.
Good one. Yeah.
You're on to me, Timsy.
No, because I remember reading it. 0.1.
Now, let's not get too cute as out of bounds play. Just come to the ball.
You're spot on, Damon. Meg McConnell will take the inbounds.
There she is.
11.5 and ball ace.
It's too easy, right? The
Yeah.
catch.
They need to put a few more seconds back on the clock, too. Score bench took 2. Yeah,
They did. Yep. All over it.
A career high from the stripe this season. 91.5%, 79% last season for the Adelaide Lightning in the Geelong crowd. Happy with the result there.
I'll be damned. Those clutch percentages.
Ball ace, one to come, and will make it 6 the margin.
Got to get going.
Needs to be an early trigger. Georgia Woolley.
Too much time.
Got her opportunity late. Pollard, the important rebound, Griffin. And they can dribble it out here, and they get it done, Bendigo. Another one, 7 on the trot for the Spirit. And it's 3-0 against the Geelong Venom this season. In the Victorian regional rivalry, they keep on rolling, 10-2. Even without so much experience out of the lineup, the Spirit are tough to stop in WNBL 26.
Hard to beat a team 3 times, like we said. Geelong put up a very spirited fight.
They did.
71 points, only to go down by 6, and they're gonna only get better. I just feel like they just got to work out the scoring hierarchy. Keep, going to defensive end. They're still playing with basically one import. That's no disrespect to Arlen, but if Tilly was in there, it'd be a little bit different situation. But right now, that was there's no such thing as a moral victory. You upset your loss, but it was a spirited game.
Can't believe they got it back to 6.
They got themselves right back in it. Izzy Ball ace tonight, 29 points, 8 boards. And really, this season, it's becoming another day in the life for Izzy, isn't it, Megs?
It is another day in the life of Isabel Kenneth Borlace, but Izzy, they threw the kitchen sink at you tonight. How happy were you with the response, and why was it so gritty?
Yeah, I think that's how Geelong play. They like to change up defences, and I think we responded well. They went on some runs, but we found a way to come back, and I think the girls did a really good job to stay in the game.
We know you're in MVP form and you're doing so well with your offensive play. The rebound down there was pretty good too late, by the way. But can you tell us a little bit about how you're taking the game by the scruff of the neck? Your last quarter was huge. It was huge last week against Bendigo. Is that part of your growth and development?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's easy to be taken out of the game early, and I think something I've been working on is being aggressive for 40 minutes, and I think that it seems to work the past 2 games of just like wearing my opponents down, and it takes 40 minutes to put a full performance together, and I think my teammates are finding me, and got the win.
They're yelling for you now. I would never argue with Kelsey Griffin, so you better go. Well done tonight.
Thank you.
And wear them down, she does. It was the 4th quarter last week for Borlace. It was the 3rd this week. She got off the chain in those first 5 minutes.
She's unstoppable. One thing about her, I like what she said, you might be able to get me in the first quarter, you might be able to slow me down, but I'm going to wear you down over the course of a game. And she scores in so many different ways. She moves without the ball. That's the most impressive part of her game for me. And then she threw in 8 boards, Liam.
Just to top it off as well, right in MVP calculations. No doubt, Izzy Borlace having herself a season, having herself a night. And it's the Spirit who get it done by 6. Stick around, we'll wrap it all up just after this.
Checking out end-of-game statistics here as well for the Bendigo Spirit. Izzy Borlace led all scorers with 29 points and 8 rebounds. And for Geelong Venom, Alex Sharp finished with 12 points, 7 rebounds. Jazz Shelley, 15 points, 5 rebounds and 4 assists and 3 steals. Mackenzie Holmes finished with 15 points and 2 rebounds. And Shyla Hill leading the way for scoring for Geelong Venom, 26 points to go with
signing, and once they've all gone through and had their opportunity, we'll allow everyone else through as well. So please be patient. We will get to you all as soon as possible. And they'll be coming your way real soon.
Bendigo Spirit back on the winners list once again in WNBL26. They improved to 10-2, the first side in the WNBL season to come up with their 10th victory of the season. Townsville with a game in hand tomorrow night against the Perth Lynx. That is going to be a ripper. Liam Ellison, Michelle Timms and Damon Lowry here to wrap it up with you. In the Bunnings Warehouse ladder, unfortunately for Geelong, it is another close loss, but the Spirit are flying.
The Spirit are definitely flying. They're going to be there in the end. Semi-final. They want a home court advantage. Townsville is obviously the benchmark right now. And it's all about the 4th spot, Liam. Right now, Canberra Capital's got a 2-game lead in the win column, 1 in the loss column, but it still opens. It's not over yet for Geelong.
If you are the Venom, what are the positives you take out of this game? I mean, they outscore Bendigo by 7 in the 4th quarter. They get themselves right back in the contest. Ultimately, they fall short, but clearly they had moments where things were working.
Yeah, they did, and the big thing is that they didn't give up. You know, they could have easily folded, but they kept at it, and they showed high energy. And at times, like you said, they showed some really good offense. It's just a matter of putting that back to back and getting some continuity in that.
Charlotte Hill had 26 points to lead the way for the Venom. She was terrific, and it seems like 5th game of the season, she's really rounded into some form. She is.
She's only going to get better. As that knee becomes 100%, she looked like she might have been like 90%, because I've seen her at her explosive best before, and right now she's getting close to it. I'm telling you, when she does, now she's got to get her teammates and just learn how to get other players more involved, because you don't want it just to be a one-woman show. I mean, they got Mackenzie Holmes, who's a leading scorer in the league. Now they got a legitimate 1-2 scoring punch, but now they need that 3rd consistent scorer to chime in.
Well, Izzy Borlay's 29 tonight, and there's a lot to play out this season. Feels like she's going to be hard to go past for MVP at the moment.
Well, you know what? Holmes, Borlay's, but I think in the last couple of games that Borlay's has popped up.
I can't have Holmes in the MVP because I value winning way too much. And if you're at the bottom of the ladder, you'd have to average 60 points. But I'm looking at somebody from Townsville too, Liam. Just because they're the #1 team, they have to have some representation. So you can either say Courtney Woods, I'm happy with Mila Soa, any one of them, they have to be in contention for MVP.
I'm with you. It is such an even spread, though, for Townsville Fire. It's been one of the themes tonight, doing it by committee. They certainly do that.
They do. They have a lot of scoring balance, and they're all about winning a championship. They don't care about who gets the MVP. This is just for us to talk about.
That's
but
right.
I also like to see that they do, like Mila Soa, for example. She wasn't even on the team last season. She comes in straight away. She's like averaging 17, 18 points a game, got them on top of the ladder. So for mine, she's a front runner.
That's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow night. The Townsville Fire and the Perth Lynx at the Townsville Entertainment Centre at 6:30 p.m. And then starting us off, it's 12:30 with Sydney and Adelaide, a WNBL Round 9 doubleheader tomorrow. It's been great to have your company tonight. Liam Ellison, Michelle Timms, Damon Lowry and Megan Huswaite with you courtside. And from all of our hard-working team behind the scenes, thank you and good night.